Hey, kids, and welcome back to the I Got One podcast, the only podcast that pays its employees entirely in Olive Garden, whether they like it or not. I'm your host, Johnny Christmas, here as always with...
I'm Jaku.
And today's special guest...
ElectronicLogic.
ElectronicLogic. How are you doing?
Super.
That's pretty good for 11:30 at night, the current time. On a Friday.
How much notice did you have about this podcast?
About 2.5, 3 hours, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think that's being nice about how much notice we gave you. We have just driven down here from Chicago. How long have we been on this trip? Like 15 hours.
It was 10 a.m. when we left, and so it's 11:30 now, so about
13 hours, 13 and a half.
13 hours, yeah.
Yeah. I think, what time zone are we in?
Central.
Okay, so we're back in Central.
Back to Central. Because, for a while we weren't, and that's when we were talking to you originally, and I'm like, I don't know, like 11:30 is like when we're going to get to the charger.
Yeah, we gained an hour coming here, so that's cool.
Yeah, my mind did the whole thing where I'm like, what time is it? I could have sworn it was later, but it's earlier now. What's going on? What is with that state?
Yeah, he was messed up.
Yeah.
But we time traveled just to get here, so that's cool. We've been Olive Garden hopping.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by Olive Garden yet.
Maybe next year. But we have been driving to a bunch of Olive Gardens down to Alabama today. So that's our final destination. The Olive Garden Pasta Pass ends in 3 days from this recording. So we'll have already expired by the time you're listening to this episode. But it expires on Sunday. And we're like, well, let's do one last hurrah.
Don't want to waste it.
So many of Jaku's shenanigans come from expiration dates coming up soon.
They do.
He's like, and it's like, you're like, I have all this free stuff, but we got to use it by Sunday. So get in the car. And I'm like, okay. I get so many last minute calls from Jaku. He's like, what are you doing right now? And I go, well, if it's shenanigans, nothing, because I'll drop a lot of things for shenanigans.
Yeah.
And this is shenanigans.
This is definitely shenanigans. And, ElectronicLogic, thank you for, being part of these shenanigans.
Hosting us
anytime.
In many ways.
Yeah. We should explain a little bit. Like, we talked to you about 3 hours ago. We were doing a live stream when it worked. Thanks a lot, PA.
Yeah. Oh, for the viewers at home.
Yeah.
Our PA is here.
Yeah. Pay no attention to him.
He's our usual studio audience.
But we were live streaming, and you popped into the chat, and you're like, hey, I'm not that far. And we're like, oh, can we crash at your place? And you're like, I asked my wife, but she's going to say no. But she said yes.
Yeah.
So, thanks to ElectronicLogic's wife.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
no,
and I was like, I like that his presentation of it was, I'm going to ask, my wife's going to say no, but I'm going to go ask for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, right. Yeah. Thanks for going off to battle, like knowing how it's going to end. And yet
here we are.
Won the war.
Yeah. And we were like,
and she found us beverages.
Yeah. Super nice. We had no real plans of where we were going to sleep on this trip. We're like, we'll just find a hotel or motel or something. Sleep on the side of the road. Who cares? And on the way on this trip, during this trip, we've reached out to 2 other people at other locations that we stopped at to bring them to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And so
last minute.
Yeah, last minute, similar to this.
Yeah.
There's definitely a pattern with these shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh, and it was 2 people who are never home. Like they travel for work for a living and they're never home. And both of them happened to be home and had nothing going on. And got to go to Olive Garden with us.
When you're at the Olive Garden, you're family, and you make time for family.
It's Christmas time. That's the time for being with your family.
Should we mention what we brought a housewarming gift?
Oh yeah, everyone who hosts the I Got One podcast so far gets a Christmas tree from Johnny Christmas.
Yep,
and I appreciate it.
It's only fair.
It's out there. It's pink. I thought that was appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that goes.
Yeah.
And here's how this podcast goes.
Well, we should tell him. We haven't asked him much about him. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I asked how he's doing.
Yeah, that's not enough. He hosted us.
All right, a little bit about me.
Fine, put him on the spotlight.
I'm a Twitch streamer. I do Kaizo speedruns. I play Mario Maker. That's pretty much it. I do a YouTube video every single day.
Wow.
Mario Maker 2 multiplayer versus. 135 in so far. So
Every single day.
every single day.
Can you imagine doing this every day?
No, and I don't want to.
Yeah. No.
Seeing you every day.
Every week is hard.
Now, YouTube is definitely a hard game to crack. Like Twitch, there's definitely something to say about consistency on that. But the nice thing about it is it's all live, so there's no like second guessing yourself because it's just doing. But YouTube and editing and all that, you got to download the video, you got to record the video, you got to cut it, you got to put it all together, then you got to upload it, you got to open up your water in the middle of a podcast, you got to do all these things. And
Hey, just for the record, that wasn't me, for the listeners.
Hey, I've gained 2 subscribers.
Hey.
So there you go.
Yeah.
You got to keep on it. When I was doing my YouTube, I had an editor, and I loved my videos, but like it was a hard game to crack. And if it's not your number one platform that you're putting attention into, it's hard.
Yeah, and it's been established for so much longer. There's such a larger streamer base on that platform that like just cracking into it is so hard. So good work staying at it and trudging through.
It's been rough.
Yeah. Is it working out?
Nah, kind of.
Say yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun, so that's what matters, right?
You got to stay. It's got to stay fun. You're in it for the fun, and if you get growth, that's great. But it's tough, and balancing both Twitch and YouTube is tough. But you got to stick with it.
And I think Jaku and I can both agree, like, don't do anything to get famous. Do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
And if you like doing the things that everyone likes you doing, then all the better. But if you don't like doing it, don't be doing it. You burn out really quick.
Yeah.
But we like doing this podcast.
Yeah, we do. We really like this podcast. 1 full year of no missed episodes.
Yeah.
So far, so good on year 2.
So what's this thing about?
So
I was trying to segue into it twice now, and Jaku keeps just.
What is this about? Listen,
I've forgotten now. It's been so.
segments.
Yeah, I know. I could tell you're like, nope, no, sir. That's so.
So I've only listened to half of an episode.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yes.
All right. Well, we should cut that
How
out.
did you know to have the boxes, or was that just like I?
Did you listen to the box episode?
Yeah, you mentioned the boxes. So
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Which episode was that? What were we talking about?
Season 2, episode 1, I believe.
Oh, all right,
Okay,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the way this podcast works, for those listening at home, Johnny will tell you, because that's his job.
I guess that's a segue. I don't know.
Yeah.
You practice, you'll get better at it.
I'll get better.
Yeah. So the way this podcast works is we're all very busy, very famous entrepreneurs. We've all founded many businesses, and we're now just overwhelmed with the amount of time managing all those businesses takes. Yet we have so many more ideas to capitalize on, but it's very selfish of us to sit on those. So we're going to come here and we're going to give those away to you, the viewer, to capitalize on, and maybe give us a little something in return when you get rich too.
Yeah.
Like a T-shirt, some gum or something. We're not greedy.
We're not greedy.
We just want something. A little recognition.
I do want to say Johnny currently has his phone out, and I'm pretty sure if you're looking at the 360 video, you could probably scroll down and see all of his ideas on it.
Mm-hmm.
So just throwing that out there.
And someone's phone number.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I can't blur that. I don't think. I might be able to. I don't know. Well, this starts off with a great idea. I got one. Software that allows you to blur 360 videos.
What are you going to do, man?
But no, seriously, I got, have you all heard of the show Deal or No Deal?
Deal
or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal?
Yeah.
Is it where they bust drug dealers? Is it?
No.
It's okay to laugh.
That would be good. Yeah, you can laugh. Okay, so it's got this guy, I don't know, from Bobby's World, I think. He's
I remember Bobby's World.
Yeah, he's up there on stage, and there's a contestant, and they have to pick a suitcase.
What was his name?
Howie
Mandel.
They got to pick a suitcase. It's like 1 through 30. I don't know the exact numbers. I don't research this stuff. And they got to pick up a suitcase at the beginning of the game, and they're like, I picked suitcase number 18. And then throughout there's a board of like values. Each suitcase has a random value assigned to it, $1 to $1 million essentially. Okay. And throughout the game, it's like the banker's going to offer you $200,000 if you give up right now. but you could have $1 million in the case you selected, but you don't know. You can't open it. And so systematically, you have to choose a few cases throughout the game. Eventually, you get down to 1 or 2 cases, essentially. And the banker's like, I will give you $750,000 if you close, if you take it now. But you might have $1 million. It's fun. It's neat. A lot of people like money, but I think we should have snake or no snake.
What?
Come right out.
And is it the numbers of, is the values like numbers of snakes that are...
I haven't thought it out too much. I just figure there should be a snake in one of them, or there should be snakes in all of them but one.
But like, so not like, and then are only some of them poisonous?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, so I will offer you a semi-poisonous snake right now if you open the case, or if you don't open the case, if you walk away and you're like, no, I might have a non-poisonous snake in here, or I might not have a snake at all. And that's the winning move, unless you want a poisonous snake. But the thing is, money to people, the value's all the same for the most part to people, right?
Yeah.
Like $1 million, still $1 million to everyone. But snakes have different value to everyone. So the banker, this is more of a game for the banker because they have to judge what kind of snake you want or don't want. Because maybe you want a poisonous snake.
And then the audience would react differently than maybe the players.
Absolutely.
Like anaconda, difficult to obtain snake, very valuable.
Yeah.
But you may not want one.
Well, I think
but the audience may be like, cool.
You might be able to tell what case the anaconda's in just based on the size.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to make them all like really big cases, maybe.
Or it's a baby.
Or I guess you could have like a card of what kind of snake it's in, and then that's the snake you get. That way it's not like animal cruelty.
I think like snakes like being inside it. They're like cats.
They're like cats.
They're like
true.
slippery cats.
You put a bunch of suitcases in the desert and jungle and stuff, and snakes just go in it and like, I'm a snake. Love this.
I like cats where you can just like draw a box on the ground and the snake will just go into.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, snake or no snake.
Snake or no snake.
Yeah,
Cats
super
are slippery
easy one.
snakes.
I think it'd be great. And it could be like Fear Factor in a way. Like Fear Factor was a big show, and it had insects and snakes and tarantulas and all sorts of stuff. And people loved watching that because people love people freaking out. So this has that potential as well. So you're capturing 2 markets.
I like the idea of like the juxtaposition of a person opening the case and there's a snake inside. And they're like, it's a snake. But then the host is like, oh, that's a red snapper. Very tasty.
Isn't that a fish? Yes.
And then the audience is like, ooh. Yeah. And then
this sounds like a Japanese show in your mind right now. I imagine you're seeing a Japanese game show.
It's
the
Weird Al, the UHF.
I know.
Red snapper.
Yeah. Unlimited supply of red snapper, or you get nothing.
Nothing. You're so stupid. Yeah. Oh, it's got one of my favorite sight gags. The supplies joke in that movie is one of my favorite sight gags in any movie ever when they all bust out of the supplies and he's like, supplies. It's an extremely racist, very funny joke.
Oh, man.
It's a great movie. It holds up.
It does.
I still
we
watch
actually
it.
just
Have you
watched
seen
it the other
UHF?
day.
No, I've not.
Oh,
we
man.
just watched it the other day at the studio.
Oh, yeah?
When we were doing some behind the scenes for Screamies. We were all watching it.
It's, Weird Al.
Yeah, of course.
So he made
I have the album.
Oh.
Just not seen the show.
Gotcha.
It's a good album, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Album holds up.
All of his songs are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's
they were all good.
Got a little rough later. Although, like, in my head, I wonder if, like, is that just because I'm not as familiar with the pop songs he's parodying now? And so maybe that's my problem, and I'll accept that.
Yeah.
UHF is a great movie, and you should check it out. It holds up, and I don't know what it's streaming on, but it's a great time. Yeah. It's great for all ages. What are we doing?
We're
podcast. Speaking of movies.
Sure.
So, we were speaking of movies.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
What movie?
Yeah.
Speaking of movie.
He refuses to acknowledge my really good segues.
If you made one, he'd acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's on my side.
Yeah. No. This is.
Cut it out.
So, movies. You know how there's a lot of movies now, they'll be in the theaters for 2 weeks and then you'll already see it streaming somewhere, or you can download it and it's like, but legally for, $25 or $50 or something. That's like, this movie's still in the theaters. How can I watch this now? Or you could watch it on like your cable service or something like that. And that's great because you can watch a movie after it's only been out for a couple of weeks without having to leave your house. And yeah, you got to pay a bit more than you have to pay at the theaters. You got to pay like maybe $25-$30 versus what's a movie theater movie? It's still like $20, right?
Yeah. 30 if you get snacks.
30.
So
It's
it
like
works out.
40 if you get snacks. Are you kidding me?
Drink and snacks.
Yeah.
I'm a snack.
Yeah. So what? And people pay that all the time. People will get in line for the midnight Wednesday showing of a movie sometimes, and pay a ton of money to see that.
Dumb.
What if you could pay a ton more money to see a movie the moment it's ready? Like as soon as they're done editing and they've closed the books and said we're ready to ship this to the theaters. What if you could pay for like a private screening and it's $200, but you can see that movie 6 months early? Like, what if you could see the final Star Wars movie last June?
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty great. The biggest issue I think you come into is how do you keep someone from pirating that and sharing it out? Because like if I pay $200 or you and 10 people pay $200, or you split it and then you just pirate it out, like no one's going to go buy the movie anymore, especially 6 months early.
I don't think that's true.
Well,
I don't think
a lot of people will, but still, you're going to lose a lot of sales.
Well, you compensate for that with
spoilers. The other big issue is like Star Wars, big franchise, big thing, big plot. If someone knows the plot 6 months early and they're big enough troll, they will pay the $200 and they will troll the hell out of the internet and all sorts.
Doesn't that exist anyway? Doesn't that happen the second after a movie is dropped?
Yeah, but everyone's got a fair game at that point. now you're putting a price on that, and it's pay to win trolling.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with.
Yeah, what's that price tag?
$200.
What about 1,000?
Yeah, I mean, because
do you think like someone who's got $1,000 to drop on a movie is also gonna like troll it, or are they gonna keep it to themselves and be like, I know what happens, and you don't? It
depends. I know there's a service for really rich people that can get movies in their home private theaters like this early. I don't know if it's 6 months early, but literally they bring a guy comes.
Oh, okay. You just order the reel effectively? Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. I know that
I'm sure it's not on reels anymore.
I was going to say, they're not on reels
anymore.
Right.
They're on thumb drives.
It'd be great if it's still in the big reel cases and it's just like a Blu-ray disc. He's like,
I got a way you could actually, this is kind of the opposite because this is where I thought your idea was going. I loved when you were talking about like, what if you could, people pay $20, $30 for a movie and some people watch at home. What if I could pay $50 to make it so that you can't see a movie? All theaters will ban you. Theaters now require ID checks.
You'd have to card everyone, yeah.
And I could pay $100 and you can't see that Star Wars movie.
I just get a fake ID.
Not everyone can do that. Maybe you can. Can you get a fake ID?
I feel like that's...
If I was motivated enough.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to see a movie, yeah.
Yeah, but if you didn't know and you're like going to the movies with your friends, like you don't know till you get there. And now you're on the spot and you're like, oh, wait, what? How am I banned? Oh, some guy on the internet decided you don't get to see it.
Great idea.
I think you make more money that way.
When I was in high school, we used to go down to the gas station near my house, and everyone did this. And there's no way the people who work at the gas station didn't know this was going on, but everyone was just complicit in it. You'd go in and you'd say, "Hey, I left my ID here," and then they'd go get the box of IDs that people left and flip through it, and they were definitely complicit in it because I just remembered this one aspect. They'd flip through it and they'd find the one that looked most like you, and they would go, "There's a $20 finder's fee for lost IDs," and then you'd give them the $20 and they give you your ID back for some 35-year-olds, and you'd go, "Thanks," and then it was right across the street from the liquor store, where we'd then go and sell that ID to some other kid for $100.
I feel like the gas station and the liquor store missed out on a really good opportunity where the gas station then rang up the liquor store and be like, "I just sold an ID. The name is John something."
Confiscate the ID.
Confiscate the ID, but make the sell. And then return the ID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they repeat.
Keep the ID.
Or just confiscate it because who cares? Split the $20.
Well, yeah, and then you're safe because you're not making the sale.
Yep.
It's not illegal. Like the whole ID thing they're doing is not explicitly illegal. The ID,
I think it's a loan.
Finder's fee.
It's loaning an ID to someone.
Well, it's just you're charging them a finder's fee.
Yeah.
And the liquor store is going, this ain't you and keeping it, which they're supposed to do.
Yep.
It's a commendable act. They'll get a citizens award. They'll get the key to the city.
Ooh.
Do you have any keys to any cities?
I have not a key to a city, but I have a key to a hotel.
He does. He has the master key to a hotel, and that's a bad scene.
I own a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy can get in your room.
Maybe.
He's already in my room.
Yeah.
Oh. Nailed it.
Yeah. This is a cool room.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what about you? You got any ideas?
Fresh out right now.
Fresh out. All right. That's
I mean, I had all the ideas you guys just had, but you stole them all.
we stole them all.
Yeah. Like Jaku steals my idea.
Whoa. I don't know anything about that. I have only the best ideas, and if you have a similar idea, I can't be held accountable for that.
Are you saying that I also have the best ideas then?
No. No, absolutely
He
not.
said similar, not the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Similar,
I
but
take your idea
very slightly worse.
and I take the bad out and make them great. All right. Well, you got an extra one then?
An extra one?
You got another one?
You know what? I'm going to give you one for you to pitch. How about this?
Ooh, yeah.
Here.
Okay.
And I got one first.
We got you.
Here.
This is the first ever we got you.
We got you.
Okay.
It's a metal detector for music
Oh.
that detects metal music. Go. Who we pitching this to?
What?
There's obviously different types of music out there. Rock and
There's-
roll.
There's a lot of argument like in
heavy
the metal scene of like, that's not metal. This
Yeah.
is metal. No, that stuff sucks. Listen to this. How about an objective device which you run the music through? And
It tells you if it's metal or not metal.
yeah, is it metal? Is it not metal? Then no one can argue. That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like that's like an AI thing.
I was thinking, doesn't Google already do that?
Well, I don't think they tell you if music's metal or metal, but like, Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could use that.
There's like Pandora and Spotify have like Pandora has that music DNA that determines aspects of music to determine like what you'd like. Like you like these things, so you might like those things, and like all the streaming music services do that. So like, I think they could then like create a realm, a spectrum of like, this is metal. All metal fits within this spectrum of requirements. That'd be kind of cool to see.
And then everybody agrees.
And
Nobody
then like
fights
this
about
is
Well,
like it's
they're fine
objectively
about it,
defined.
but the program and the AI will be the ruler of it all.
Mm-hmm.
They rule with an iron fist.
A metal fist.
Iron.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to argue with the AI? If we just started arguing with the AI, we wouldn't be where we're at. It would take our food away.
It would.
Yeah.
I was looking off to the AI.
This got weird. Is that our AI?
No, I'm not looking
Our AI with,
out to the AI like
with his weird mustache.
well, that's a cop we picked up in Illinois. We're not returning you.
Yeah. For the viewers at home, this is actually my parole officer, Larry. It's a Larry-looking mustache, right?
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Believable.
Yeah.
Right?
Believable.
Larry?
For sure.
Hey, Larry. See? I'm going to keep laying into you to get rid of that thing. You've had it for years.
He
I
did.
think it looks nice.
You know what? It grew on him, and so it's grown on me. Because at first, I was telling him to shave it all the time, but
All right.
now I can't imagine without it.
Do you remember him with long hair?
I do. Those were the days. All right.
What do you got?
Well, I got this one. It just says dog machine.
All right, that one's yours.
All right. So, dog machine.
Yeah.
Who's it for? Everybody.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a dog machine? I mean, all right. So,
I'm not turning it down. I'm interested.
So far, I'm interested.
I'm on board.
so let's say you have a dog. You're not too happy with a dog. It may be a little scraggly or anything like that. Just put him in the dog machine. Mm-hmm. Pops out a new dog.
What if you don't have a dog?
Oh,
Put in a cat or a child.
And it pops out a dog.
Okay.
That's very great.
Is that anyone
So it just like takes all the core components and it goes, I can make a dog out of this.
I'm worried that someone might be coming to look for that child.
That's irrelevant. That's not.
Yeah, I mean,
That's outside the scope.
That's outside of the scope. Yeah.
That's that's a you problem.
You don't
not a dog problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't
Dog-
have to put a child in
No.
it.
Yeah,
If you did,
it would work.
It would work.
Yeah.
And that's on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You could say, please don't put a child in there,
Yeah.
but like,
Not for use with children.
Yeah, not for use, but compatible.
not recommended for use.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
What kind of dog would it pop out if you
Yeah,
put a kid in
You
there?
have selectors,
It's got
knobs.
selectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it has to work within the confines of the input.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have enough raw material.
Yeah.
for
Does it
that.
Yeah.
analyze the dog and then you can turn the knobs?
Or you put the kid in and then it goes, please select from the available options.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So it analyzes whatever you put in. And it's like, I can make you this.
If you
type
need
of
another body, just throw another one in.
That's
dog. Oh,
great.
so you can merge two.
Yeah,
It's like a
why not?
reverse sausage machine.
Yeah. Is it able to? Is it able to like the dog? Does it retain memories? Is that a functionality?
Oh no,
I would.
It's
It's
the brand new
fresh
puppy
slate.
however
I
big you
would
want.
make sure that is not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. So it. Okay.
Oh, if it could, we put it. I would put something in there to erase that.
I worry that
I wouldn't
Like-
want that memory.
people tend to have one dog, two dogs, no dogs, sort of thing, and then you got people outliners that have a lot more dogs than two. I don't see a market where everyone's going to buy a dog machine, or everyone that's going to buy it, they don't need it more than once. So maybe it's like a dog machine service, and
Sure.
that way you don't have to worry about the child being put in because they're not going to accept the child. Maybe some shady gas stations where you're like, hey, I left my dog here, or I need to put this in the dog machine. Here's my old dog, and they dress their kid up as a dog. Might like take them.
Again,
It's on them.
As
but-
the gas station attendant, I would just be like, "Oh, I have to go restock the coolers.
Yeah, yeah.
Dog machines over there."
right. So maybe that solves
And then put my
most of-
headphones on, my good noise canceling.
I mean, you just get good insurance and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking like that might be the best. way
Good. You
to
put
go
it in the
about doing it.
pet store.
It's
the
more
PetSmart.
accessible for the general public.
Yeah,
It's gonna get more use that way, and
yeah.
Works
You have the put your dog on a coffee mug machine, and then the dog tag maker machine, and then the dog maker machine. Oh, you can go in like reverse order.
oh yeah,
You just hit the machines. You could buy like a 3-for-1 card. Or if you build 3 dogs, you get a free coffee mug. You could, yeah.
are you able to set the length of life for the dog?
Sure, why not?
Well, yeah, you set the length by throwing it back in the machine.
Sure, but
Like I'm done with this
no, so,
one.
like I'm thinking, there's people out there that will like use a dog to get sympathy or to get a date or something.
Yeah.
and they don't really want a dog. Like they're like, I'm
That's
gonna
why I
take-
had the last one, and that works really well.
yeah.
Up and like right up to the end.
Sure, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just thinking like, go to the pet store. Like, yeah, I need to find a dog for 3 days, and then like you find the person that you want to convince that you have a dog, and then like you can get points. Be like, oh yeah, they passed away, and it's gonna. So you're not gonna get attached. Then hopefully you don't, because you can't put it back in and get the same dog apparently. But
Why
Just
not?
keep the settings the same.
Yeah,
well, the memories are all gone.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a different dog.
All dogs are the same.
yeah.
We'll see what the viewers. If you agree with that, give us a 5-star review on iTunes, and if you disagree, give us a 5-star review on iTunes saying you disagree with that.
I've seen a lot of dogs
Yeah,
and ears,
Mhm.
4 legs,
6 ears.
tail. Well,
Yeah.
a number of ears,
Oh, sure.
a number of legs.
Yeah. Typically,
Yeah,
Sometimes that number is 0. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Still a
and
number. All the same. Okay.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty much.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not here to set what a dog is or isn't. That's up for the viewers at home.
You kinda smell.
5-star review. Tell us what you think a dog is. That's the way to do it.
If you have an objective definition of what a dog is and is not,
Yeah.
leave it in a 5-star review, and we'll fly you to a city of our choosing, possibly.
Yes, we news on that. We've
been talking about this like 7 episodes
At
and
least.
2 seasons.
2 seasons. So to give you an update on BD Weasel's flight information, they will be flying to the city of Chicago. It took a lot of data scientists to figure out what the optimal flight was from his location to
where we were going to
where
go
we would
and
be.
get us somewhere. And of course,
And ease for us, because it's all about us and not them. And thousands of dollars in research.
well, and this is why data science is important, because sometimes the answer is, look, you idiot.
Where you're at.
Yeah. Fly 1 person instead of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chicago,
We said,
we're working out dates, but it looks like January is going to happen. But yeah, that is the update for that. And remember, we will be choosing, after BD Weasel, we will be choosing from the 5-star comments, and you could be a winner.
and you might end up in Chicago.
Yeah, you might.
We'll see what the data science says.
It might not be Chicago. It might be Kentucky.
It might have been
might be Tennessee.
Alabama this weekend
Yeah.
if things had worked out that way.
Could have been. Who knows?
It might be, if you live in a city with 2 airports like we do,
Yeah.
might be the other airport.
We didn't. The data scientists didn't say what airport.
Yeah, I
gotta go back to
actually,
'em.
I thought that would be funny, and I had looked into the cost of flying from O'Hare to Midway.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's
It's
terrible.
more than it's like way more than we've paid to go to China many times.
Wow. Wow.
Because it's like a private, because no like commercial airline does it.
Yeah.
So you got to take a private jet
Sure.
or a helicopter. Yeah, it's like $2,000.
Makes sense. All right. You got one more?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Let's do one more.
So, like, I'm sitting in this fancy chair here, and I just want to point out to everyone how little noise I've made in this chair. Can I get an acknowledgement from everyone?
You did make almost no noise this time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud, but
Yeah.
now I'm just going to expect that.
Yeah.
So
You
you
set
kind
the
of
bar too high.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the best you'll ever get out of Jaku. Yeah. He has like he has a 2-point scale, and it's either idiot or I'm kind of proud this one time.
yeah,
but
that's true.
Now that I know you can do it, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
fair.
Jaku scale.
that's pretty good. Spot on.
But like this looks like, looking at this chair, for the listeners at home, this is like one of those like really sleek racing looking gamer chairs. It looks very fast. And
It is.
And yeah, I imagine so. I imagine the bearings in these wheels are insane. Hey, can you keep it down over there with that drink? Do you mind? I'm trying to host a podcast here, and
What are you drinking there?
This is some Jakuzona.
yeah. Are they a sponsor? Do they shut up?
Nope.
So, we've all had the rolling chairs, and we've all had rolling chairs on hard surfaces, and we've all had a lot of fun with those two things when you put them together, right?
Yeah.
I feel like in 2019, we need some sort of like safety belt for these types of chairs when they're getting this fast. You know, we have to start thinking about the children.
Yep.
Would you agree
Or
that the children are our most important resource and we should protect them? Or do you
they can
deny?
turn into dogs? So yeah, that's pretty important.
So I think we need seat belts for office chairs, or maybe the gaming chair specifically, like any chair
Start
that is
out at least.
capable of a certain speed. Seat belts, like a cross chest harness,
5-point harness.
5-point harness for the. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is insane. I feel like my life is in danger just sitting here on the carpeting.
You know, just a few weeks ago, it was the 70th anniversary of the seatbelt, maybe 60th.
Was it?
Yeah, when we were doing a reverse cash cap. Seatbelts.
I don't trust seatbelts anymore. That's too old. That's
That's some old technology.
yeah.
I'm interested. It's interesting that you brought them up.
yeah. I don't need these boomer seatbelts telling me
I
telling me what they think is safe. Look.
I do wonder if the seatbelts went through a similar system where it was only some cars at first, like only cars that could go over a certain speed. Because you mentioned specifically these chairs because they're so fast.
It was certain vehicles. Like I remember buses didn't have them
Yeah, buses-
forever.
Buses
still don't.
Buses still don't, man.
like
buses?
I
Yeah.
mean like school buses. My school buses
had them, but they were like tucked in.
Yeah,
You
you'd have to lift the seat up,
and they're
like
like,
pull
don't use
out.
them. They'd be like, don't use them. I think they thought like kids don't know how to buckle, and like you're too stupid to do that, so you're gonna just like waste everyone's time.
Kids are pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Plus, if like there's the big thing is if there's an emergency on the bus and you can't get out, that's worse than just hitting your head. Kids are like very bouncy. And,
Oh, they are.
Seats are soft,
Yeah.
so
yeah. So like
Yeah, kids are
take some
malleable.
damage, but
We used to.
they're stuck in a bus sinking in the lake.
The cool thing about kids though is like
They can
you
turn
can
dogs.
you can make more.
Make dogs.
You can just
Yeah.
make
turn them into dogs.
yeah, and it's like one of the most fun things in the world. Like, huh? No? All right.
I mean,
I guess everyone's
How many kids you have?
What? Oh, I don't know.
he doesn't know. Don't ask.
I don't spend a lot of time going to check. Let's just say I move a lot. So like when
5-star review, you are Johnny's child.
yeah, and I'll fly you somewhere.
Away from him.
I'll fly you to a city of my choosing.
Yeah, which is gonna be the opposite direction you are.
It's gonna be Best Korea.
Ooh.
You ever want to see Best Korea? It's not the South one. I know that for a fact. And yeah, for free. When I was a kid, we used to go to pick the spot on the school bus over the rear wheel hump.
Yep.
And when you'd wait for the bus to hit the bump and you would jump and it would throw you forward like 6 seats. You guys ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you ever hit your head?
No.
Okay.
Probably.
I was trying to give you an out. What is your problem then?
Yeah, I used to jump on my head.
I keep trying to guess what Jaku's issue is.
Who knows? If you know,
you
5-star review.
Did you ever? You got a brother, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
You guys ever play like circus in the house?
No.
Which was you just throwing him?
No.
Okay. I used to play circus with my brother, and it was just like I just throw him,
Fair enough.
and he ended up in the hospital so many times, and now he has problems. And
Glad I had a sister.
yeah. Oh, are they
you
are they bouncier? What's
yeah,
the?
you can throw those too, I think.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I don't know. No, because then you get the
2019
don't
you
throw
can.
your sister
Well, I
talk.
think in 2019 you can.
Oh yeah, because there's no genders anymore.
Well,
So, right? Isn't that how that works?
I think
I don't know.
if you know.
If you know, put it in a 5-star review, and we'll fly you to Best Korea.
All right.
You're gonna do that, aren't you? Isn't
One
that-
day. Potentially. We'll see. I think that's going to be it for this episode, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
I think we had a lot of great ideas today. The dog machine, I'm definitely interested in learning more about that. If you
That
want
was fun.
to know
That
more
worked out.
about the dog machine, I guess you can get some answers from ElectronicLogic on his stream or YouTube.
Where all the answers.
Where's all that at?
ElectronicLogic. Just search for it.
Just search for ElectronicLogic. You won't find
YouTube.
anything about electronics
Google.
and logic gates
Nope,
or anything.
not at all.
You'll just find him on YouTube.
Just don't put a
Twitter.
space in it.
Don't put no space. So electronic, no space, logic. Type
Yeah.
that out.
All
please.
one word.
All one word.
All in one word. Electronic.
All
No space.
lowercase?
Logic. All lowercase.
The L is capital.
capital L.
So E-L,
Pick one.
capital E. Yep.
Pick an L.
Yeah.
E capital L.
E capital L.
The L is capital. E.
Oh.
Yeah.
T-C-R-I-I. Yeah.
Just like
ElectronicLogic.
there on the wall, you might be able to see that. I don't know. Or above it.
Oh, yeah. There.
What language is that?
That's cursive.
Is that magician?
swear.
Is that magician? It's
Yes, it's
magician language.
Yes.
Ooh, we got a magician in the house. All right. That was a great episode.
It was. This was fun.
Thanks so much
It's-
for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us to your home, letting us stay. Hopefully, you're
Yeah.
having fun
And this is proof to the viewers at home that like we will actually have you on the podcast if you just ask us.
yeah.
And we're passing through your time
Yeah,
to
I
like,
was surprised.
hey, yeah. Yeah, if you don't think you're funny, you're probably wrong.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. If you don't have any ideas, we'll throw them at you
We
till
got
one
you.
sticks. We got you.
Yep.
Took us a couple tries. Dog Machine was a winner for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll take it. I like it.
Yeah. Hope you liked it too. We'll see you
And-
guys next time. And
Yep.
remember, you'll be able to see all the new videos, 360 view of the podcast. It will be on the Warp World YouTube, which is just probably youtube.warp.world, but it's actually youtube.com/warp.world also works.
I got .1.
Yep.
Well,
We'll
I
take
just like that URL.
I got that one. We'll take you to the SoundCloud.
And with links to everything else.
Yep.
So I got .1 is your central
hub.
Internet,
Your homepage.
international internet superhighway.
Should be your homepage. You can search. You can search on there. You can find anything you need on the internet.
Set it to In fact, let's put other stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
Remember like AOL did, where you go just
Keyword.
there and then everything else.
I got one keyword.
Yeah. Well, we should have a keyword box, and it's just a Google search.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do that. That'll be
maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Bye.
See you, kids.